equity and justice for all.
June 5th, 2025.
Osweiler, second.
I have a motion from Austin Cool and a second from Jody Hosley to approve the meeting minutes for June 5th. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, the same. Motion carries. Citizen input and public comment.
Okay. Chad isn't going to be here?
Chad's right there.
Oh, okay. All right.
I can come sit up front.
Well, I've been communicating with Chad about the flower boxes on the two bridges. And first of all, I'd like to know why the bridges on the east side are discoloring in black spots, and on the west side, they're much longer, but they're pure white.
I guess I don't have an answer for that question other than age. The bridge downtown here is 33 years old.
Is what?
It's probably approximately 33 years old. The age of the structure is what I'm telling you is probably the reasoning why.
Can you spray it with anything?
I guess I'll have to take a look at what you're referring to.
Is it our responsibility to clean the bridges though, or is that the DOT?
It's DOT's bridge,
Yeah,
but
we'd have to let them know.
yeah, I don't even know what,
For them to come in and
yeah,
clean.
I don't know what you're referring to, so I can't answer your question from right here.
Were the two bridges done by the same company?
No idea.
Zenith Tech
Did this one.
did this one. I'm pretty sure Zenith Tech did the other one. And
Yep.
the third bridge was somebody else.
Well, you might check with them to see if that's common deterioration or from exhaust. Because it looks crummy, it looks dirty. So,
Could be because
anyway,
it's shaded.
I think I've communicated with Chad and with the mayor about supporting flower boxes on the both side, east and west bridges. And I also sent, the mayor asked if I should apply to DOT for permission on the regulations, and I did. And had nice communication, and they asked what my purpose was and so on and so forth. And they also, if you looked at all the material I dropped off, they had, I think, 8 other people on their committee to look at the plans. And they had questions about the flower boxes, why I wanted it, and I said I thought from a study I read, I think it was the second study comprehensive plan, it said the east approach to Waterloo looks rather, they didn't say messy, but they said it needs some improvement for welcoming people to Waterloo. So that's always been in the back of my head. So I thought, and then when St. Paul's Lutheran Church put their illuminated changing sign up, I thought that was a nice addition to tell people they're active and welcome, etc. So I suggested the flower boxes, and they asked why again, and then I referred to, as I sent to the committee, the flower boxes were here. This was on our Facebook page, and they were here, I think, circa 1940, something like that. And they, if you look closely at it, they were standing on little benches to water it, and there were 2 groups, newcomers group and homemakers group that took care of it and watering it. And consequently, in conversation with Tim Thomas, my representative from my district, he said, and then others have told me too, they were vandalized and knocked over. And DOT also checked that. What were we going to do to stabilize them so nothing would happen? And I said I would be sure to do research on securing them. And so anyway, they okayed it. And actually, they thought it was a great idea. And so then I brought it to the attention of the mayor and Chad, and they had some questions. And their questions were a picture of the flower box. And I said, we were just in the process of looking at some, and we still are, but Winter Kraut Day is coming up, so I got pretty involved in that. So I didn't have an answer for that, but I said they wanted the measurement, as Chad knows, of the top of the railing, and Chad went and measured it, and it's 12 inches.
Correct.
And that's answered. And I also said the dimension of the boxes, I haven't gotten to that yet, because I think I will need, from both of us working together, a shorter flower box in the east side, because that's a shorter bridge top, and the longer bridge is on the west side is much longer, so it would have to be centered appropriately, etc. So we haven't gotten to that yet. Plant care, I said I contacted Lee Columbus that I work carefully with the bulletin board at the carousel, and he's with the Waterloo Business Association, and he said he'd be willing to help. And I also contacted Mary Lynn Schaefer that has mentioned this before too. So right now, I have looked at several window boxes. Some are cupped underneath for security, but that has to be checked out more thoroughly. So I am said to Mary Lynn and Lee Columbus that I think I would like to put this on hold right now, because I don't have the time, and Mary Lynn doesn't have the time either, to research that box, whether it be metal, which I think it should be, or not. We can get, there are several of these companies that I looked at that do have a representative of their item to talk to, and I think when it comes to that point, we will get an expert's advice on metal or something's prefab or whatever, and how it is attached. One of the people, organizations sent an attachment would have to be drilled through the cement, and that would also go through the, the attachment would go through the box and through the cement and be clamped underneath securely, so it could not be tipped over.
Is the DOT okay with us, you guys drilling through their railings to secure boxes?
What?
Is the DOT okay with drilling through their railings and their bridges to secure boxes to the railings?
I didn't get to that point,
Okay.
but that was suggested in one of the boxes. Now, I'm wondering if any of you, I noticed when I was going to the meeting at Waterloo Utilities that, and I think that's where Mohanson went, the metal, some metal, it says metal makings or something. Do any of you know anything about a business that does something with metal down in the industrial center?
It said Metal Works.
Yeah, Larry Waldo owns Metalworks Custom fabricating down in
Okay.
the industrial park,
Okay,
It's
Next to the
custom.
utility.
next to utilities.
Might be something to look into that might work.
Yeah, so,
so I'm open for communication. I think two words that I have found, and I think Mary Lynn, in our past fundraising, we have to work together. And that's why I followed up with DOT, thought they're okay, and now I'm communicating to you. And your opinions, you like or dislike, and I think, I want to get the kids involved. There are talented young people in that high school. I've met some, and I do want to encourage some young people to join us when we get to another planning session. So, Mary Lynn, you have
Max,
any-
and I can't remember his last name, teaches tech ed up at the high school. He'll be a good resource, and we could possibly get the kids involved. Once you get the kids involved, then it really helps with non-destructive problems, because it's their project, and they take pride in that and own it. And I think that might be a way of,
So Mac Chopin is.
Max
the one.
Chopin, yeah, that's the one.
So you want them to design the box?
Well, it could, and we might just talk to him and see.
Because they have CNC machines.
Oh, yeah,
they have
and they've got
metal.
the machine and the whole business. So, and that might be our best route to go.
okay, we need to keep this moving. We've
Okay,
exceeded
that's it.
our 3 minutes by about 12.
Yeah,
And we're-
if you want to do that with Chopin,
Well, we'll set it, we'll talk about it.
yeah.
But there's some other things that have to maybe before that, but
Okay.
we'll talk to him.
He's a good guy.
keep the research going. Obviously, we're going into the fall, so nothing's gonna be planted this year, so we
Right.
got 6 to 8 months, so we
Right.
got time, so, yeah.
Can I ask one question on grounds? Are you is that highway, the east highway going out of town being taken up yet this fall
The meeting
on
was,
East
What
Madison?
do you mean by taking out?
2028.
2028,
Yeah,
okay.
2028. They
I
had a
wondered.
meeting just recent.
I
Why
thought,
are our pictures done?
they fell out.
nobody seemed to know when I've asked them, and they all thought it was starting.
No.
And I
They should have
said,
known
no, I don't
2028,
think
but-
so.
There was an informative meeting, but not
Okay.
a start.
Okay. Okay. We'll come back
Yep.
and let you know what we find and, yeah.
Okay, moving on, project oversights and updates.
All right, well, I'll start off with Hendrick Street, because you can see what's going on there. They've been working for roughly a month and a half on Hendrick Street. They started with the sewer and water. Currently, they are all the way from the north end to the south end with the sewer and water. Next week, they're gonna start with storm. Week after that, possibly, around the 22nd, tying in to the state highway. There will be a detour on our residential streets to get around Hendrick Street. We take in Central Avenue, Pierce Street, back to Adams to just go around that section while they're doing their tie-ins. It's gonna be an inconvenience for,
What's with some of the signs that are like laying on the ground right now? Is that to do with that?
that's a whole different project that we had known nothing about.
Okay,
It says
I
it's
just
a
saw the
detour.
signs laying there, I'm like, what the
It says it's a detour for Highway TT North.
hell? Okay, that has nothing to do with the city.
No,
Okay.
Jeannie received some calls today. The only thing we know about it is what the signs say. It's a detour for a different project that we have no idea what it's about. Anyways, to finish the Hendrick Street, once they're doing their tie-ins on East Madison Street, they're hoping to have the tie-ins done in a couple of days, pending weather, probably most likely be a week. So they'll be heavy truck traffic, all 1989 traffic on residential streets. I could not get the DOT to let me use Clarkson. They didn't give me a reason. I don't know. They came back told me Rude, Pierce, Adams, I said, there's no way that somebody's gonna make that turn. There's not a chance, especially if two of them meet. So I said, Central, it's wider. Both Pierce is wider and Adams Street is wider, so that's the route we went. So hopefully, it's only a week.
Okay.
The Lum Street
Email from Mitch.
email from Mitch, I don't know if you guys want me to read.
Well, just the highlights.
So pretty much what happened was we've had minimal interactions, conversations with Kartechner Brothers LLC about the Indian Hills Mill and Overlay project and the Lum Street, Henry Street connectivity sidewalk projects. Mitch sent a couple bold letters reminding them that the substantial completion date is September 19th, which we all know is coming up real fast. Their response was they're gonna mobilize equipment next week for the sidewalk project installation, get going on that, and then start on the Indian Hills project Wednesday. That being said, hopefully they show up. There's some things that we can penalize them if they don't get done. To be honest with you, I don't wanna work with them again. This is 3 times.
I was gonna say, this is the one that you were nervous about to begin with.
Yes.
This was a subcontractor from the bidder.
Yes.
That won the job.
So-
And it's their subcontractor.
It was tied up with Hendrick Street, so Dorners Incorporated got Hendrick Street. Kartechner was their sub. Kartechner ended up being the general on Indian Hills and Lone Street, so it made it kind of sticky. If it wasn't that way, I would have recommended throwing out Kartechner bid for the Indian Hills project, but being tied with the Hendrick Street project,
Does
kind of felt.
Dorner have any pull to get, light a fire under?
Dorner is a month and a half out, so he has no incentive to bring it here. So, I hope Kartechner pulls through. If they don't, there's some finding stuff we can do, and moving forward, I do not recommend going with Kartechner ever again.
Did you initiate this, or did Mitch go, why is nothing happening?
Okay, I'll back up. Earlier conversation this week, I received a phone call at home Tuesday night from Lauersdorf Excavating. He stated that he was called about doing the excavating for the Lum and Henry Street sidewalks. I'm like, okay, well, I'll entertain you. Tomorrow morning, meet me at 8 o'clock, I'll show you the project. So then I called Mitch, I'm like, Kartechner's subbing out with a different sub that we don't have. I mean, I trust Lauersdorf Excavating to do the job, but he wasn't approved sub on the contract. So Mitch tried calling this morning, he texted me, so that's what why this email went out. Read it if you want to. So, yeah, so.
So Kartechner contacted Lauersdorf to do the excavating.
Actually, I guess how it really shook down is Kartechner asked Rennock to do the excavating, and then Rennock asked Lauersdorf to do the excavating. Yeah, so it's kind of turned into a mess.
So who's actually doing the excavating?
I'm assuming from this email today, we're supposed to, I'm gonna check emails tomorrow.
Okay.
Kartechner is supposed to send over documents with the sub lists and documentation.
Okay.
That was supposed to be, I think, today or tomorrow, he said,
Okay.
but I will read emails tomorrow.
And the last one I got was at 11.
Yeah, that was the last one I got to, so. That is that for project oversight and updates.
Hey Chad, for that bypass on Hendrick Street, is there any way you could run them out T&I?
No, DOT wouldn't let me. I suggested T&I and I suggested Clarkson, and they told us it was a rural, or a municipal road closure, so we had to.
That's gonna be a real cluster.
I don't disagree with you. when they came back with me with the Rude, Pierce, Adams, I said that absolutely will not work. I figured with Central, you know, if they're coming westbound, at least they can make it a dive straight in. When DOT says something, you can try to reason with them, but
Can't.
that were my first two suggestions, was T&I 89 or Clarkson 89. They said no.
Well, only a couple days.
Yep.
Yeah.
No unfinished business, new business. Ordinance 2025-02, 350-07, parking restrictions. Assuming we're going to, these are for the spots behind the city hall? Or
Yeah,
all?
these were the spots behind City Hall. We talked about it, but it never got put in ordinance form, if I'm understanding right.
I thought that's why I did it, I thought we did this a long time ago.
Just never finished.
And they've never finished it, so this is just formality that we'll have to take up here and then next month's meeting. It's already pretty much been talked about, so I guess probably a motion and
A motion, we'll need a motion for that. And a second.
Austin Cole make a motion to approve ordinance 2025-02, 350-07 parking restrictions.
Oswald make a motion to second that.
So I have a motion and a second to forward ordinance 2025-02 to common council for approval. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Future agenda items and announcements.
I don't have nothing other than, I did look at the calendar today and facility tours I gotta follow up on this month.
Yeah, it's gonna get cold soon.
That's all I got.
And then we'll have the Pacer eventually come here.
Yeah, that'll probably be October.
Oswald make a motion to adjourn.
Austin Cole second.
A motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye, motion carries. Thank you.
He's recognized.
All right, good, official. Following your, I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Cummings here.
Austin Cole here.
Griffin here.
Wait here.
Jim is out today. Meeting minutes and approval of August 21st. Are there any additions or corrections?
Austin Cole make a motion to approve the meeting minutes from August 21st, 2025.
Cummings will second.
Motion by Austin Cool, second by Cummings to approve. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion. Citizen input, anything you want to speak about, Maureen?
Pardon? No, I was just listening.
Okay, no problem.
I actually, I put my name on the list. So you might have already heard, because Abigail Levins is very good on the phone, but my predecessor has come back to work for the Leader Independent. And I found out last week there was some talk, so she will be covering these areas again. They're gonna switch me to cover Monona and McFarland. So,
Abigail's the one that left and went to the state, didn't she?
to WisPolitics.com.
Yeah.
But she liked you guys so much that she came back, and so you'll have someone still, I mean, I'm gonna miss
What if we
it.
want to keep you?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna still do some stories, so, in the meantime, but I think you're getting a reporter who has experience with
Oh,
it.
yeah, she was good.
And,
Very good. Yeah.
you know, like I said, the only thing that's constant is change, and in the newspaper industry, it's like that too. So I know it's only been like 7.5 months, but I've really appreciated, you know, being able to talk to you guys and work with you guys. I liked Cambridge, I like Lake Mills, I like Waterloo. Hopefully I'll still be able to cover some stuff, but, if you don't have her phone number, she'll probably be reaching out to you soon. I know she was already on the phone with some of the business people from here, you know, about that, so.
So when is she officially back then?
Well, she came into the office today and I gave her my keys. So this has just been, like, I first found out last week that we were gonna have this discussion.
Okay.
And so I think, you know, basically like tomorrow, she'll start,
Did you know?
well, really today she started, so.
I'm surprised I haven't gotten an email.
Yeah, she's probably
Yeah.
still working and stuff. So if you have any questions of me, let me know. But again, I appreciate the chance to do it. I know it wasn't that long, but I've enjoyed doing it. I've learned a little bit about Waterloo, and I'll kind of keep there's still some stories I got in the hopper that I have to write yet,
Okay.
which might last me for a while. So you might still see my byline on there. And if you guys ever think of anything, for story ideas, especially for the eastern or western part of the coverage area, let me know. So.
Well, thank you.
Thank you,
Chris.
guys.
Been a
Thank you.
pleasure working with
Yeah,
you.
you guys
Thank
did
you
nice
very
working
much.
with you.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Good to have a presence.
Thank you.
Okay, meeting minute summaries since the last council meeting. No one's here from fire. Planning commission was canceled. Hopefully we'll have one this month. Library?
Yeah, I had to pull it up. Hold on 1 minute. We did discuss her evaluation, so we did do that. And we discussed the budget. And I know that was submitted to you guys.
Yep.
And we have a meeting on the 15th with finance. And we just updated policies, and that was about it. So,
Thank you.
Yep.
Very much. All right, water and light.
We went over the budget and ports and pay, which is on the council.
Sounds good. Public health and safety. Sarah?
yeah, so Tim is gone, and so we had to postpone. We actually did put that into motion to the parlor, the massage parlor.
Okay.
So that will be in our October meeting to bring that back up. That was old business. New business came up, and it was all to do with the recreational vehicles and our ordinance, and we are gonna be looking into that a little bit more, and seeing what we can do, in regards to that, because it does have utility trailers, and, for a food truck, we're not really sure if it classifies as that, and we did speak with the inspectors, and they said any type of utility truck or utility trailer, it doesn't matter what it is. So we're gonna go and speak with, who are we gonna go speak with, Dennis? The
City attorney?
there you go, city attorney.
Okay, to define something.
Yeah, to define if we're gonna actually put, what that food trailer really technically is, and if it should be under this ordinance or a different ordinance. And so we have a lot more information to come, so we kind of tabled it. We did give them the exception, so they are not going to be fined, until November 1, because that technically they get that, trailer put away in the beginning of November. So we did just say we're gonna give that exception.
But their driveway, yeah, you can't fit on the off.
So they have a boat,
They have a huge boat.
and yeah,
Okay.
so the boat, so then they would have to
Get rid of the boat.
get rid of the boat, put it in,
Got it.
as well. And
Okay.
so in November, both of them go away,
Anyway,
but,
right.
yeah, and so
Okay.
what I didn't know is that the trailer actually is plugged in all of the time, and so they have all the product in there, and so we were like, well, could you park it somewhere else? And they said yes, but it's monitored and they have cameras just in case like electricity or anything goes out. So we're looking into it,
No
more
problem.
information to come,
Okay.
and so we're gonna see if it truly is that ordinance or if we can put it in somewhere else, so.
Sounds good.
And that was about it,
All right, thank you.
yep.
Public Works, Richard?
I have an ordinance coming up in the council meeting.
Not today.
Oh, that isn't in? I'm sorry. We talked about an ordinance, parking ordinance for leaking vehicles. An update on the
Yes.
projects, and there'll be a little detour, when they do the sewer and water connection at Hendrick Street.
Yeah. So Jeannie will get that posted on the website so everybody can see it, and hopefully in the paper too when we know for sure the date, but it should be the week of the 22nd, September 22nd, after Wiener and Krupp Day. There will be a detour when Hendrick Street gets hooked up to State Highway.
Okay.
So
A
there's,
detour, not on Hendricks.
well, when Hendricks gets
On
hooked up to
89-19.
8919, when it gets hooked up there, you can't drive on it.
On 89.
Correct.
Oh.
Just that section for roughly a week or something like that, so there'll be some detour signs up. So she'll get more of the specifics to put it out on Facebook and
Okay.
the website, but then,
It'll be just a local street detour.
Okay.
right.
Still good to get in, okay.
Yeah. All right, thank you. All right, so new business, resolution 2025-37. This is the third and hopefully the charm, as I've had several meetings with people on it. So we're still trying to finish 203 East Madison Street and actually get that path connected. So we got the parking lot in a few years ago. We got the dog park in. You just can't get to it. So you can walk through a lot of grass and, you know, enjoy your mosquito bites, but trying to get that path through there. So we have to send this to the DOT. Trek Bicycle is gonna do, there's gonna be a nice little write-up. So between Trek, Bike Fed, and the engineers, Kunkel, we're tweaking it a little bit more to hopefully have some support from Bike Thread to, or Bike Fed, FED, to try and get this pushed through. So it's a 20% match, or we just have to pay for the whole thing. So we have to have the resolution to say, yes, we will cover the 20%, or it's just if we don't get it in the spring, then we gotta figure out another way to get that path in, but this is the final. So the quote is in there for the path, and of course, every year, just like everything else, it keeps going up. So eventually, we'll have to finish it. So it just needs your approval for resolution 2025-37. Or questions, whatever you would like.
Cummings will make that motion to approve that resolution 2025-37.
Griffin second.
Motion by Cummings, second by Griffin to approve resolution 2025-37. In the past, 203 has come out of the CDA, but this is a very large chunk of money that the CDA doesn't have. You would have some money to potentially do the 20%, so we'll have to have that conversation if we get it approved. And you're having your budget meeting coming up with the CDA, and I know you only got 25 in there now. So that's why I'm bringing it up, that you may want to at least put the 20% in there, and then if it has to be a road project or mixed in with something else, however you want to do that. So, roll call.
Cummings, yes.
Austin Cool, yes.
Charles Cole, yes.
Griffin, yes.
Where, yes?
Haslund,
Motion carried. All right, recommendations of committees, boards, committees, and commissions. It is just the water utility, ports and pay, and this amount is $627,397.81.
Cummings will make that motion for that set amount.
Austin Cool, second.
Motion by Cummings, second by Austin Poole to approve ports and pay number 27. Roll call.
Cummings, yes.
Austin Cool, yes.
Charles Cole, yes.
Griffin, yes.
Where, yes?
Haslund, yes.
Motion carried. Everything else in the packet is just the normal pictures, updates, spreadsheets, all that good stuff. No old business, future agenda items and announcements. Yeah, we'll have another meeting before New York Friday.
No, we won't. That's next Saturday.
What is, oh, today is the 4th.
I was like, nope, we won't.
Coming up next weekend, there's my announcement of the day. There you go. King and Queen, apparently that's some big deal, so put your money in the little buckets, and no one's kissing a cow or anything exciting like that, but, you know, we'll have a king and a queen and somebody with a wear a crown, so. If there's nothing else, do you have your volleyball still going on in the park?
Dorothy Fest starts next Friday.
Wonderful.
Charles Cole motions to adjourn.
Cummings will second.
Motion by Charlie Poole, second by Cummings to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?